For the last 7 years, since 2019, we've been importing our own clipper blades. Then we were called Central Coast Clipper and Scissor. These blades belong to Katie of Portastic, Central Coast. And these blades would be between 5 and 7 years old. We sharpened them again on the 13th of May. These same blades have a lot of steel left on the back rail of the clipper. These older blades probably still have another 5 or 7 years life in them. One of the many benefits of buying a high quality cobalt steel blade. Karen Drummond displaying our 2 wide blade on one of her clients' pups. Chris Webb from Barker Grooming showing the 2 wide blade on one of her clients' dogs, highlighting the benefit of not using a clip-on comb. It does not leave any track marks in the coat, hence saving a lot of time cleaning up the tram track marks that combs will leave. Chris has said to me on many occasions that depending on the dog, it saves her up to half an hour, sometimes longer, not having to go over the coat with blenders to smooth out the tram track lines. So these are a real time saver. We always sterilise your blades before we sharpen them. Karen is now demonstrating our 3 3/4 wide blade, one of our most popular blades, having a 13mm finish cutting length. Again, no combs required, leaves a beautiful finish on the coat and saves a lot of time without leaving any tram tracks. Our machine will give you a sharper finish than when the blade left the factory. Here we've got Kate from Fresh Paws Dog Grooming. Say hello, Kate.
Hi guys.
Testing our 2 wide blade, which is 16mm finish cut, and of course no need for any combs. How do you find it without a comb?
Oh, this has taken me half the time to get the job done. Normally I'm back brushing by now. After one go over, I reckon I can go straight to my scissor work.
Good stuff. When sharpening, we always crimp the spring to make sure we get the tension correct. Spring tension has to be between 1.25 and 1.5 kilos. Natasha from Rub 'n Tubs in the Vines doing a wonderful job demonstrating our 2 wide blade, which has a cutting length of 16mm. Again, no comb required, leaves no track marks, saves you a lot of time. Since introducing the 2 wide blade a couple of months ago, it's fast become one of our most popular blades. We always crimp the socket back to factory standard setting. Natasha again showing us the 2 wide blade from a different angle, outlining how smooth and how clean the cut is. Not having to use a comb, you're doing a 16mm cut and finish, saves a lot of time having to clean up if you have been using combs that leave the track marks. Once again, this number 2 blade is probably one of our best sellers. I'd also like to point out that the 2 wide blade is also available in a standard width, which is called a 5/8 HT. We do carry a full range of clipper blades from size number 1 to size number 50, and all wide blades are available as well. Feel free to jump on our website and have a look. After sharpening, we always deburr your blades and demagnetise them. Karen is now showing us or demonstrating our 3 3/4 wide blade. This one Karen uses quite a lot, and particularly on smaller breeds. The wider blades are definitely a time saver, and this one cuts at 13mm finish cutting length. A very good blade to have, one of our most popular. Our blades are the hardest cobalt steel in the industry, and because of their hardness, it has a Rockwell rating of 58, which probably doesn't mean that much to you, but in essence, our machine only takes a thousandth of an inch off on each sharpening cycle. This means from a new blade on our machine, you would get a minimum of 15 to 20 resharpens from a new blade. Another benefit of a hard cobalt steel blade is the fact that they will cut cooler for longer. This is also an advantage. Although we carry a wide range of blades from size 1 to size 50, I think this video is highlighting the fact that if you're using the number 1, the number 2 or the number 3 blade without any combs, it's a great time saver. You don't have to clean up track marks that attachment combs will leave, and we hope it's been helpful for you. Chris Webb from Bark Grooming in the Vines is now going to demonstrate our number 1 cutting blade, which has a finished cutting length of 25mm. And unfortunately, little Coda's coat isn't quite long enough for the 25mm clearance, but it gives you a bit of an idea how it moves through the coat, and of course will leave no track marks or lines like a blade with a clip-on comb would. Quickly switching models, we now have Indy on the table, Chris's little pup, and still using the number 1 blade. You can see that with a longer coat it's much more effective, and it gives you a bit of an idea how clean the finish is without any track lines. You can really see what the number 1 is capable of. All of our blades have a very high cobalt content in the steel. This makes them the hardest in the industry. This means that your blades will cut cooler for longer, and they'll also stay a lot sharper for longer as well. As Chris did explain to me during this recording, that leaving the coats longer in the winter months is much better than putting dog coats on them, because a lot of people put coats on their dogs and don't take them off, and it's not as good for the skin. So if you have clients that prefer a longer length on their coat through the winter, the number 1 blade is an ideal choice. When we sharpen your clipper blades, we put them through a 16-step best practice procedure. Every blade that goes across our bench in the workshop will come back sharper than when it left the factory. Our number 1, number 2 and number 3 blades with finished cutting lengths of 25mm, 16mm and 13mm now enable you to clip any of your clients' coats with the benefit of not having to use combs to get to those desired lengths. Not having to use clip-on combs will save you many, many hours over the next 12 months in your career. We're very aware of costs of running a business these days and the costs of clipper blades. But there's one thing I can guarantee you, that the cheapest blade you can buy is the one that's going to last the longest for you. We give your blades a final rinse in an alcohol solution before we reassemble and test cut. After our 16-step best practice clipper sharpening exercise is over, we express post back to you anywhere in Australia.